People say he's just a criminal. Yeah, I'm a criminal. I don't have any fucking regrets. Those people who want to say Sam Walker's just a criminal. Yeah, and I loved committing crime. Absolutely loved it. Guys, I've got no regrets at all about that. But at the same time, those people who are saying Sam Walker's just a criminal, how many of them have gone and saved 25,000 people in the slums?
Good morning, it is day 3. I'm currently still here in Dublin, Ireland, and the sun is out, so I thought I'd break the camera out to prove to you folks that it doesn't rain 100% of the time, although you can see the ground is wet. Rained about 10 minutes ago. Today I'm sporting some shorts. Want to enjoy the little bit of sun that we have here. And today's video is going to be a gentleman I met on day 1, just by chance on the street, Sam Walker. At the time I met him, I knew nothing about his history, but when I got back to my hotel, I did a quick Google search, and this man has a lengthy record, a record that you don't want to have, a criminal record, but it seems like he's trying his best to turn his life around and give back to those that really need it in Africa. Curious to hear more about his story. That's the game plan today. If you missed it, over the last 2 days I've filmed 2 videos. One, I went into one of the no-go zones. That was day 1. Yesterday we talked about immigration. My game plan on this whole journey is 30 days of adventure, 30 days of videos. So look out for a daily video. And if you enjoy my content, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, please. I'm on a mission to 1 million subscribers, and I want you to be one of those million. Brings me great joy as I see my numbers climb. And whenever I'm in a new city, country, continent, it's always difficult to get views. So I'm here for a reason to document. Tomorrow I'm gonna document the protests regarding immigration. The following day I'm heading to Liverpool for a couple days before heading to London. So lots in store. After London I'll continue to travel, but I haven't figured out exactly which way I'm gonna go just yet, so stay tuned. See how far away we are from Sam. If anybody watching has any ideas for me in Liverpool, in or around London, I upload these videos in real time. So I film, then I'm up all night, that night editing, and I publish the following morning. So now you know how it works. Leave a comment down below if you have any suggestions on good topics that I could be filming. In the first video I walked past this portal, so we're back. Someone told me this is a perfect spot for pickpockets because everyone is fully attentive to the portal, leaving their back pockets open and unsecure to those that are professional at stealing your wallet. I'm curious, what is this all about? Molly Malone.
Must have been a kinky eye.
Let's see. Yeah, definitely different. It's the first statue I've seen where you're supposed to caress her cleavage, I suppose for good luck. Seems like it's only women doing it. So I'm back with Mr. Sam Walker. How's it going today?
Everything's going good, you know. Yeah, everything's going good. Just forward to come out, see how you are.
Yeah, no, I appreciate your time. You know, we met 2 days ago on the street. I really didn't get a chance to learn too much about you, but after the fact, I jumped on Google and I saw a lot more information. So first and foremost, what brings you to Ireland?
So I've been in Sierra Leone, West Africa for the past 6 months, and it's literally just been like madness over there. Come back here because I had malaria and yellow fever. I was literally on death's door, so this was like the first proper country where I could go to get treatment. Couldn't go to the UK because they're going to arrest me when I get straight, land on UK's
Oh, you're
shores.
wanted right now?
Yeah, by the British police for exposing a sex offender's identity, John Venables.
Okay.
So the government and the courts in the UK tried, and he's a child killer, John Venables. He killed a child called James Bulger. When he got released, he continues to commit sex offences. The government and the court issued a worldwide ban on his identity. So I uploaded it to my social media and showed everyone what he looks like now. So then the police contacted me, my lawyer, and said there's a no bail warrant for my arrest.
But what would the reasoning be?
Because it's breach of court order, because there's been a court order, worldwide ban,
Yes.
saying you can't expose his identity, otherwise it's contempt of court.
Wow.
The reality is you're probably going to get about 6 to 8 months in prison, but sometimes in life, just because it's a law doesn't mean it's right.
Right.
So you've got to sort of do what's right rather than do what the law says.
Right. But at some point you're going to go back to the UK?
I still go back, I sneak in and out as and when I want. It's just it's very easy, but like.
And you don't mind saying that on camera?
No, I don't mind. That's
Okay.
absolutely, because they know that anyway. Like I flew in helicopters and in the past landed on a field, and then mocked them on my way back out.
I saw a picture of you on a is it a private plane when you were leaving?
Yeah, that was when I was wanted as well. That's what I'm saying to you. Look, you have thousands of immigrants who come into the United Kingdom, sneak in every single week. So
Yes.
there's no problem, like me getting back in.
Yeah, but you're doing it with luxury.
But I go in quite comfortably. But it's the thing is though, like what I've done, the reason why I'm wanted, I just think to myself, you know, you should put the focus on sex offenders rather than people who expose sex offenders. Do you know what I mean? But it's life. It's one of them things where I'm willing to face the consequences as and when I feel like it. But at the moment, they've got no jurisdiction here, over here in Dublin. The UK police have got no jurisdiction, so they can't extradite me to the UK.
Okay, as close as we are, there's no jurisdiction. Okay.
Because it's at the moment, it's only a magistrate's matter. If it was a Crown Court matter, then I could be extradited, but it's not. It's only a magistrate's one as it stands.
I'm learning about that process as well in Trinidad. My case is in front of the magistrate as well.
Yeah.
So how does it feel to have people come up to you in the street with a big smile? They're honored to meet you and take a photo with you.
I love it. You've seen it yourself. There's been quite a few people, but
Yes.
I get it all the time in Dublin, even in the UK, and I like it. It's because everyone's friendly, everyone's respectful, and I give everyone the time of day, because I think I'm a firm believer that you've got to be able to treat people how you'd expect to be treated.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
I do like it when they come up. I don't mind. Yeah.
So bring us way back. For those that are watching today's video, where did your life begin?
Begin from what?
From birth.
Up between my ma's legs. That's where it began,
Oh.
didn't it? In a fucking hospital. But other than that, as I grew up in a place called Allerton till I was about 7 years old. Then I went to Garston till I was about 13.
And whereabouts
14.
is that?
In Liverpool, South Liverpool.
Okay.
Yeah, a place called Garston, which was good. That was some of the best years of my life. In Garston village, just running around, causing mayhem.
I have my grandparents and my mum are from Liverpool. That's the reason for me coming on this trip. Tomorrow I'm going to be heading to Liverpool for the first time in my life, which I'm excited about and anxious for. But I got a call from a gentleman named Wendell, a YouTuber. You guys should check him out. He said, prepare. It's a rough place, a very aggressive place.
What area?
Liverpool.
It's not aggressive. Like,
No.
I promise you. Like, is he from Liverpool? Wendell?
He's from the UK.
He's obviously not from. If he's, when he said Liverpool's a very aggressive place, it's really not.
Okay.
Like, I promise you, when you go there, you will have your opinion completely changed. That man doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Liverpool has got some of the most friendliest, happiest people in there. Obviously, you have your crime sector, but even the criminals are sound.
Even the criminals are friendly in Liverpool.
They'll buy your food, they'll help the old ladies across the road, and that's it. You won't see them laying down on the floor like this. No, absolutely not. We've got a little bit more class in Liverpool.
Yeah.
You won't see the drug addicts laying around on the floor like that. You'll at least sit up.
Yeah.
You're not going to see them laying
corner,
down.
yes.
There's the thing, but in terms of how you're going to see them, like when you go to Liverpool, as I said, they'll treat you with nothing but respect.
Yes.
Even if you go into different areas or even like different types of individuals, as I said, like criminals, they'll treat you with respect. They'll, like the normal working class are just happy, decent, hard-working people. And that's it. You like Liverpool?
Well, I'm sure I will like it. And I've been warned many times about the danger here in Ireland. No disrespect to the criminals here, but I haven't felt any danger at all. As a world traveler, I think, I guess my sense for danger might be different than a normal person's sense for danger. But even a couple days ago, you said this is the first time that this has happened to you. You were streaming live, and we all saw that somebody tried to attack you.
Yeah, so I was on the live for 2 hours, and when I live stream, walking around, everyone from the area knows where I am. So then you'll have people like just coming up, just saying hello, all polite, everyone's sound, good people. And because I've been on live for 2 hours, I seen someone that just felt the presence of something coming behind me. Turned around, it was someone with the knives in his hands. But he's made the fatal error, well, potentially fatal error for him. Lucky enough, my shoulder dislocated. But he's running too fast. So as I flipped him, we've both gone to the floor, and then my shoulders popped out of its socket. And then he's jumped back. Well, got up, jumped up, had his knives in his hand, went to come at me. And naturally, being the middle of the night,
Yeah.
I had something on me myself, which sort of, as soon as I whipped mine out, he's ran away. I've asked him to come back. I've asked him to.
You see how polite they are in Liverpool? You kindly requested him, come back.
Not only that, there's more to it.
Yes.
I did ask him, as you see on the live, I was saying, come back.
So you think they were watching on live and looked at you as an
100%.
opportunity? Yeah.
100%. Well, I don't know what he was trying to do, because he's going to try and come up behind me and stab me or what, because it was a very, very pathetic, feeble attempt. But I was expecting him to at least have some sort of knife fight. He wasn't prepared for that. So, being the nice guy I am, the next day, yes, last night actually, I always give people a second chance. So I went live at 10:30 in the same area, the same road, and told him to come and get his street credibility back. Because any street cred he had has gone out the window. And the reason why his street credibility has gone out the window is because he come at me with a knife
From behind?
from behind, and he got chased away.
Yeah.
Right, so I give him the opportunity, being the nice guy I am, to come back the next day and try and get some street cred back.
So if you're listening, you still had the opportunity to redeem yourself, although I'm not going to encourage any type of violence.
He certainly did, and this is the thing, like there was 6,000 people on me live. 6,000 people were on me live and watched it last night. When I was on the same road, I said, come on lad, come and get your street cred back. You've lost all credibility, you got laughed at. I'm here, I'm going to go and get something to eat, and I'll be back on the same road and by myself. Come down, bring what you want, lad. And he didn't. And the thing is, so many grafters, criminals in this city, and law-abiding people. Yes, bro, are you lad? Yeah, you alright, lad, you?
Yeah.
Down, lad. So many of these people. So many people message me asking if I was okay, because they were all disgusted the fact that someone had tried to do that.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Because that's not what Dublin's about. The Dublin people are good people.
No, I've met so many friendly people.
This is what I'm saying to you, and it's not even about that. These Dublin people are good, so I want to humiliate him a little bit more, as I did yesterday when I went back on live for an hour, but he didn't turn up, unfortunately.
Yeah, so for those that are thinking about visiting Dublin or Ireland for the first time, don't expect that to happen to you.
That's a one-off. I've probably got, since I've been here, at least 60, 70 people come up to me all polite and respectful.
Yeah.
You're always going to have one little numpty.
As we just saw now. But what makes you worthy of having 6,000 people watching you on live? Why are you such an interesting individual?
Not in terms of worthy. I'm not worthy for anything really.
No, you're worthy. You're
but
worthy.
in the sense of me following, because people, Sam Walker _UK on Instagram actually. I mean TikTok is Sam Walker TPR. But anyway, what I do, because I do multiple things. I expose corrupt charities. We helped obviously those in the slums who are in poverty, and then I just speak the truth. And people like to see the truth being spoken, because so many people online these days are just fake and they tell lies. So when you have someone who speaks the truth, a lot of people like to follow that and support that, do you know what I mean?
Yes.
People want to see the madness, because it's been my life has been
A
crazy.
movie.
It's literally over
There's
the
got to
past
be a
6
movie.
months.
When I googled his name for the first time, the first headline that came up is most prolific criminal in English media. That was the exact. How does it feel to be the most prolific criminal? Is that what you want to be known as?
No, but the thing, let me just tell you something.
Yes.
But what the media fails to mention is the fact that I give 25,000 people in remote villages of Sierra Leone fresh, clean water over the past 6 months. 32 children have had the operations for cataracts from my expenses in the past 6 months in Sierra Leone. Bridges, roads, everything else. It's all on my social media, proof. All this has been, but the newspapers won't mention this.
Yeah.
They just choose to mention the negatives.
Well, we're going to mention it.
Yeah, of
And
course.
it's commendable, no doubt. But do you feel like that makes up for your dark past?
Well, you got to understand this. I don't think I'm doing anything. I'm doing far less than all these farmers. Look, let me just explain something to you. They want to moan about drug dealers, right? But shopkeepers are doing far worse by selling alcohol and cigarettes, which are killing far more people than any amount of cocaine or cannabis that I ever sold. They peddle misery. I peddle happiness. When I was selling cocaine, the amount of people that used to be in the fucking kitchens, off the banners, pouring the hearts out to each other on my 1010 Charlie, or like having a nice little chilled night with the girlfriends with a little spliff. So I don't have any sort of remorse in that way, because I just think that the shopkeepers and the government are doing far worse than the pharmaceutical companies with the drugs that they're peddling to people.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? So that's why I don't hold any sort of remorse in the sense of the crimes.
But was it strictly those 2 drugs that you were selling?
That was the main thing. So when I was younger, because the normal thing was years ago, what you'd be selling is white and brown, because that's where the money was. When you go into areas,
What is white and brown? Cocaine?
no, so it'd be like crack and heroin.
Yes.
But we're talking my early 20s, probably like we're talking like nearly 20 years ago, yeah. But that was, and then what I realised then was that when you're selling these type of drugs, it just brings nothing but bad luck.
Yes.
So I moved on to cocaine and cannabis.
But at that point in your life, did you have any, like, was it hurting your morals? Were you thinking about the after effect of those that were buying from you, or do you look at it like if they don't buy from you, they're going to buy from someone else?
I just didn't give a shit about them, because like these people, you got to understand this. A lot of people online, they go, yeah, I regret doing this. I don't have any regrets in my life. There's not one thing that I ever regret in my life, because I believe that everyone has a path to take in life in order to get to the destination where they're meant to be. I'm a firm believer of that. So I didn't sell drugs to kids. They all consenting adults. They probably had a good time on it. I know the cocaine did and the cannabis, but the other stuff, they probably had a decent time. And it was their own choice, so I don't have any regrets in the sense of what I've sold. No, absolutely not. No.
Now, did you end up serving jail time for those?
Yeah,
for selling
that's
drugs?
the thing. So at least I've had the punishment for it. That's the thing. So
What was your punishment?
You know, you have multiple years. I've spent 17 years of my life in prison.
17 out of 40.
Out of 40, yeah.
Wow.
So like, it's all my teenage years, from the age of 14, most of my 20s, some of my 30s.
And still no regrets?
No.
I know you can't live a life. I have no regrets in my life. But I mean, if I gave up almost a half of my life, no doubt it would cross my mind that I've lost a lot of time.
Well, here's the thing. That's a very, very good question. But you need to understand, if you live your life with regrets, yeah, then what happens is, if you live your life with regrets, then what ends up happening is you'll end up a very miserable person.
Yes.
So you can't live your life with regrets. I have many mistakes. I don't have any regrets. And if you change your mindset and just look at it like that and think, okay, well, don't have regrets, have mistakes, because regrets you can't learn by, but mistakes you can. No. So the 17 years of my life, how am I going to learn by that? The way I'm learning by that is by setting up my diamond company, which I've got, trying to be a good positive role model to my son, which is what I'm trying to be now with my charity work, and making sure my son doesn't take the same path that I did. Right. If I have to take 17 years of my life in order that my son doesn't take the same path, then every day's been worth it.
Right.
And I've also learned a lot from the 17 years as well, do you know what I mean? So it's I probably wouldn't be here now if I hadn't spent that in jail.
Right. We were talking off camera, you said you used the time to learn.
Yeah.
While being in prison.
Yeah, and I'm a firm believer that education is the best thing you could ever do to educate your mind, because you've got to understand this. You can lose everything in life, all your money, your assets. The one thing you can't lose is what you learn. So, literally, I could become skint now, but what I've learned in my mind and what I've learned in prison is there's no price or value you can place on that, because that just allows me the opportunity to rebuild better and stronger. So I'm a firm believer of that, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So when I read online, they said that you have over 120 charges.
Yeah.
Give me, you've already stated that you've got caught selling drugs. What other type of charges or offenses have you been charged with?
Most of them 120 are just driving offences.
Driving?
The majority of them.
Yes.
The majority of them. Obviously, you've got the serious ones like firearms, assaults, whatever it is from when I was younger. Drug offences. Probably about 25 of that sort of stuff.
Yes.
But then you have a lot of them are just driving offences. So when you say 120 offences,
yeah,
most of them will just be.
But I mean, they don't call you the most prolific criminal for driving offences, and people don't stop you in the street to take a photo.
No, but you got to. I can't just. The thing is, obviously a lot of them are driving offences, and as I said, you've got like the other ones, which is drugs. Probably about 20 of them are drug offences, to be honest. But then you've got like the firearm charges, which. So
the first time you got caught with drugs, you got punished. You didn't learn anything from it. You got out and you continued.
Yeah, because you've got to understand that when you're a criminal, prison is just an occupational hazard. So you go to work, your occupational hazard is the floors is being mopped and you're going to slip. As a criminal, your occupational hazard is going to prison. And that's the thing. So you don't learn nothing, you go to prison. I went to prison when I was 14 for firearm offences. And when I got released, I didn't know how to do anything. When I got released, I'd learned in prison how to rob cars. So I started robbing cars, went to prison for stealing cars. While I was in jail, I learned how to do robberies on them security vans, cash vans. And then from there, it was just a case of you learn more and more serious offences. In your 20s, you learned how to sell drugs in prison. People were like, this is what you do, this is the best way to do it. So then you think, okay, well, I'll invest my money into drugs. And that's all it is. Prison was just basically just like a university of crime. That's basically how the only way you can really put it, because I didn't go to college, I didn't go to university. I got kicked out of school when I was 12. But my college was basically learning how to commit crime from other criminals. And that's basically what it was.
Yeah, it's crazy because I've met some very prolific criminals. And what I can say, the common denominator, if I didn't know your past, I'd say you're a very friendly person. I would not think, but I think, tell me if I'm wrong, you looked at it as a business.
It's strictly a business, but yeah. I'm a very crafty criminal. But I'm not like your average criminal, because when I would sell drugs, I'll tell you my MO, what I do. So here's how we'd flood an area and get control of an area very quick when I was younger. I obviously don't do it now. What we'd do before we say we're going to move into an area,
And when you say we, how many people are we talking about?
say it was like 3 of us about to just like
Okay.
get control of an area. So we'd clock an area. I think, okay, let's get Cheshire, for example, Runcorn, Widnes, Warrington, whatever. These areas in the northwest of England. What we would do, we would spend a few days going around getting all the local drug dealers' phone numbers. You sell the drugs off all the drug users. And then what we would do, we'd register their phones and then get them blocked the day before everyone got paid. And then what would happen then? We would then give our number out. So every single drug line, their numbers would be cut off. So the only one that would be available and active would be my number, which would then make your round go from 0 to £3,000-4,000 a day.
But I can't imagine the competition would like that.
They wouldn't know. This is the
Yeah.
thing, because here's where the craftiness comes in. Because what I would do then, they'd just think, oh, Sam sets up shop up here, and then you obviously have your workers who are supplying it. But you'd spread the rumour amongst the local drug users that the police are getting everyone's numbers
Yeah.
and turn them off.
So they never knew until now.
Until now, so hello. Now you know how your number went.
And we're not suggesting anybody uses this process at all.
Well, that's what I'm saying to you, but that's normally how it would work.
Yes.
But that's how we'd get control of areas very quick, because some people go, there's different tactics. Some people go in and use force to take control of areas. But when you do that, the problem is you can't have war with people and have a business, because the police will just shut you down.
Right.
So the most intelligent and tactical way to do it would be the way I said, register their numbers, get them turned off, and then give your number out. Because while these criminals, these drug dealers are spending the next 3 or 4 days trying to get their work number turned back on, and then they realise they can't, you're round, everyone's ringing you then.
Yeah.
So it's the most peaceful.
And back then, do you recall approximately how much money you're making a day?
It depends, because some rounds will be doing like £3,000-4,000 a day.
Right.
Some of these rounds they do very well, and like, obviously that'd be split between 2 or 3 of us, and then yeah, but it was doing good, yeah. That was just in different areas.
Yeah. And at the peak of your selling, were you making more than that, or that was an approximate?
It depends, because it depends, because the problem what I had was I'd have stints where I'd get arrested and end up in prison. So even though the round would continue, it would stay at a steady pace. It'd never really progress, but nothing ever slowed down, because in prison he was then able to make money through the supply of drugs and phones in jail.
Into prison, okay.
Yes, and nothing ever really stopped. But yeah, so it's probably say around about, I can't really put an estimate on it, but we're making good money.
Yeah. And now during this part of your life, what happened to friends and family? Were they supportive, or they're like, nah, Sam's in jail again, I've given up on him?
Well, that's the problem you've got, because in life, as you spend so many years in prison, you naturally grow apart. Your friends, that's what I say to kids as well. When you hear people saying prison is easy, take it as someone who spent years in jail. Prison is not easy. People say, oh, you've got televisions and computers. It doesn't matter what materialistic things you have, because that doesn't take away the fact that you can't go to shop, you can't go on holiday with your friends, you can't see your family. So many things that you miss out on. But my friends, they'd have different experiences, so naturally you'd grow apart from friends and family over the years. Do you know what I mean? That's a natural process of what would happen.
Yes. And what about now that you're out?
Yeah,
Have some of your old friends come back, or family?
Yeah, so like I speak, like some of my old friends, I seen one last week. It's like we had never been apart.
Yes.
Like it's been like 15 years since I'd seen him, but it was like we just picked up where we'd left off. But like that's the thing. It's like in life, people are in your life or they're not. And like I just look at it like, if you're meant to be in your life, then you'd still be there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they're not, then they're lost.
And your last sentence, how long was it? And how long ago was it?
I spent from 2018 to 2021, and then I got released, and then yeah, so 2018 August, got out February 2021, and then yeah, but then my last one I think, what did I get? 3 kilos of cannabis. And in my car, stupidly. I think I got 2.5 years for that.
Wow.
3 kilograms of cannabis.
And your sentence is harsh because of your lengthy criminal
Well,
record, or because of the crime itself?
The government are robbing bastards. They took my cannabis off me. But not only did they take my cannabis off me, even though they took my cannabis off me, they give me a £33,000 confiscation order for the cannabis that they took off me. They went, this is what you could have made. So even though we took your stuff, drugs off you, we're still going to bill you on a confiscation order.
Right.
How does that possibly work? But then what they done is they waited until I set my business up, and then there was 93,000 in my account.
Was that?
Yes, bro, you're right. 93,000 in my account, and then
Then
they
they took
seized
it?
They seized everything, even though it was only like 33,000 or whatever, the confiscation. But yeah, so 92,000 it was seized. Yeah,
Yes.
I'm still trying to get most of it back, but they haven't given it back yet.
And right now, in Ireland, you were in trouble how many days ago?
Bloody hell, that was on Saturday. Like,
So last Saturday, you're here. Maybe, what happened? What were you doing?
I was driving down, and then should we go this way?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so I was driving down.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was driving down, and he pulled me. And when he pulled me, found a bit of money in my car. Searched the car. It was my friend's car. It was. So found a driving license. When he found his driving license, which was in my photo, different name, he arrested me for that. Searched my hotel, found diamonds and money. The diamonds were from Sierra Leone, West Africa, from my company, which I'm still waiting to get back. Yeah.
And so right now, you're out on bail.
Well, I've just got a sentence yesterday for I think it's on. I got sentenced yesterday for where is it? Got sentenced yesterday for the driving. I got 1 month. Yeah, there it is there. Oh yeah, it's come off. Yeah, but got 1 month suspended sentence. There it is there.
So
Yeah.
how do you feel about this? British gangster.
Well, the thing is, I don't refer to myself as a gangster. I've never.
What is a gangster?
That's what I'm saying
To you?
That's a very good. My definition of a gangster is like the likes of fucking Al Capone.
Yes.
Like someone like
For
that.
me too, yeah.
Yes, so for me, when you get these numpties, I call them numpties because that's exactly what they are all over the country, like the United Kingdom or wherever you are. If you're a drug dealer or whatever and you want to refer to yourself as a gangster, yeah, if you're a drug dealer and you want to refer to yourself as a gangster, then you're not but a dickhead.
Yeah.
That's the truth, because if you have to refer to yourself as a gangster or expect people to, then you're a dickhead. Do you know what I mean? Like, that goes with any drug dealer in the world. Is because a proper gang, unless you're the likes of El Chapo,
Right.
that's a real gangster. Do you know what I
Right.
mean? But just a normal drug dealer like me. So I'm just a normal drug dealer. Like I was.
Yes.
I wasn't anything special. So, do you know what I mean? Like the likes of special is like the likes of El Chapo. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
For me personally, I've never met what the media would call a gangster.
No.
So I don't know what the definition myself is
Exactly,
either.
and that's the thing. I would not refer to myself in any way
Yes.
as that, because that it's for you to do
But
that.
it sells newspapers.
It sells newspapers,
And I think it will help you with your growing. Like, you know, when I saw like Wolf of Wall Street, the movie come out.
yeah, this is what I'm saying. Like obviously it's good. It's good in the sense of some women like it. Do you know what I mean? Like you get you.
The woman
some
might
bits
want a
of it.
gangster, yeah.
This is what I'm saying. So it really does. I'm not bothered about them putting it in the paper, but in the reality of it, when I look at it, I think, well, I'm not a gangster. I'm not one. I don't proclaim to be. As I said, the only ones are like the likes of El Chapo or someone like Capone or someone like that. Do you know what I mean? That's a true gangster.
Yes. So
Yeah.
so with this new case, what is a 1 month sentence, or
So
what
that's
is it
if I
called?
get in trouble.
Okay.
So that's for the live streaming in court and for fake driving license. But I'm on bail for smuggling diamonds and money laundering. It's when he arrested me, they found
So, but those are two charges. You're still
they're two charges.
in court.
I'll probably be No, I've been bailed while they're doing the investigation.
Yes.
So I'll probably hear back off that in 6 months. They'll probably charge me most likely with smuggling and money laundering.
Yes. And for you, that's nothing. You said it just like you would say anything else. I don't hear a nervousness in your voice.
But in life, there's no point getting nervous over something like this. It's out of your control. If something's out of your control and you can't, it's like if I was kidnapped now, I wouldn't be nervous. I'd just think, okay, we'll just go with the flow, see how it goes. Because there's no point stressing over something that's out of your control, and that's the same with money laundering or diamonds. So the only thing I can think is, okay, well, we've got to be positive and think that we're going to get not guilty on him.
Right.
Because they found a lot of diamonds. They found 43,000 euros cash in my hotel. But I'm saying that that money's from my diamond company. The diamonds are fully legit from this Sierra Leone diamond company. So therefore, which I own, so which I risked my life to build that business.
Yes.
So I don't think they got much of a case.
Right. Have you spent jail time in Ireland before?
No. I thought they were going to put me in jail. I'll be honest, I wasn't like. It's just like a life experience, isn't it? I don't want to. No, that's genuinely.
I agree. I've been to jail a few times.
Exactly.
But not 17 years. Maybe I've been total 17 days.
My dream is to go to the most hostile prisons in the world and just spend a couple of days in each jail.
Yeah,
that would be my dream, because then literally...
Wait a sec. Like Prince Swati said, you are a crazy man. You're a crazy man. No normal human being aspires to do that or see that.
That's my dream.
You're different.
Literally, that is my dream job, to be able to go to the most hostile prisons in the world, spend a couple of days in there, do a little documentary, move on to the next
Okay, if I had a camera, it's different. I would agree then.
No, that's what I'm saying, to do that, to do a documentary.
I thought you meant as a prisoner.
No.
Okay.
But I wouldn't. You couldn't have any whole bars.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't be like protected. You got to be actually full on in the mix of things. You know what I mean?
For sure.
When I was in Sierra Leone prison, the third world jail, I'd seen so much stuff about Pademba prison. Like when you Google it, it looked really, really
But let's
dangerous.
bring it back. What brought you to Sierra Leone?
What brought me to Sierra Leone?
Yeah.
My grandfather's originally from there.
Okay.
So I wanted to do stuff. I remember watching a documentary, and I just seen that people were drinking dirty sewage water, and I'm thinking, how can people be drinking sewage water in the 21st century?
Yes.
When I seen it was in my granddad's home country, I'd never met my granddad. He died when I was a baby. This in 2018. I just got a flight over there and just started doing stuff in the slum areas. Back then I'd done fresh water for 3,000 people.
Just out of the goodness of your heart, or there was some sort of motive?
No, at that time there was no ulterior motive or any sort of motive at the time. I just wanted to be able to feel like I was doing something with my life as opposed to just selling drugs. But what happened is, because I'd done so much there, just spending money, it's just like nothing, you're not making money, so it wasn't sustainable what I was doing. Before I knew it, I ran out of money while I was there, so I had to come back to England to get more money. I was wanted at the time, and I got arrested, spent 2.5 years in jail after that. So this time when I've gone, I thought, how can I make it sustainable? So that's where the motive come in. I thought, take it. Yeah, man.
Can I get a picture, please?
Yeah, of course, bro. That's no problem, lad, That's no problem.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. What's your name, mate?
Alex.
Alex, nice to meet you,
man.
Yeah, have a nice day, Alex, yeah?
Thanks.
Take care. Yeah, so in terms of moving forward with the Sierra Leone stuff that I want to do, I knew it had to be sustainable, and the only way it could is by me setting up a diamond company, because Sierra Leone's rich in diamonds. So I thought if I'd use 50% of my profits from the company to give back to the poor, then it allows me to stay in the country and for it to be sustainable, and also it allows me to have a lucrative business what can provide a good future for my son.
Yes.
And also for myself.
But I mean, it's not the average man that says, let me go to Sierra Leone and be the new resource for diamonds. What history do you have in diamonds?
I had none. So what happened is I just knew what I wanted to do. So when I was in prison, when I went to prison in 2018, I spent that 2.5 years studying diamonds, read so many diamond books, studied the history of Sierra Leone, right down to the Civil War. Every single thing about Sierra Leone I studied. And then by the time it come to me actually getting my hands on diamonds directly from the mines, uncut diamonds, I knew exactly what I was looking at. As soon as I put my eye to the loop and looked at a diamond, I knew what I was looking at and what I was dealing with. So I had no prior history, so I just studied my craft while I was in prison.
Now, how the heck did you get to the diamond mine in Sierra Leone? It's one thing reading about it. It's one thing wanting to go and buying an airplane ticket, but how do you find the source?
Well, the thing was, I had a map and local knowledge, and it was something that I was willing to die for. That's the thing. So when you're willing to die for
But do you think you were putting your life on the line by going there?
Yeah. Everyone told me, like you won't find many foreigners who have just gone deep into the mines of Sierra Leone or in Africa.
But bring us back to that day. You're in the car, you're driving, what happens?
So I was speaking to someone, so she said, yeah, look, take me to Kenema. Took me to a place called Kenema. It's like an 8-hour drive. Parked up. He wouldn't come with me, but I had a map. So I'm going straight through the into the jungle. So I had to walk for like 2.5 hours. That was the first time I went and established contact with the third chief it was for the local mine. They all come running at me. This is the very first time going, "Who are you? Stay where you are!" Pointing guns. I've actually got the video. They had me phone in my hand.
You're crazy like me.
Yeah.
People are running at you with guns. Instead of like putting your hands up, you break out the camera and hit record.
But I had it in my hand discreetly, so I was holding it like that.
Oh.
Yeah, I was holding it. I was holding it like that, as if like I was just sort of. Yeah, I got it back. A new one. Yeah. Second. Yeah.
Spare change.
Oh, spare change? Yeah. Yeah, you did.
Please don't get me on that.
No.
No, he's not. Go on, look after yourself.
Thanks, Sam. Thanks.
Go on.
So, they come running at you with guns.
Second.
They come running at you with guns.
Yes, so
you get through.
Me and I can go into them. I knew they were just workers. So I was saying, I've come to see the person who owns the mine. And he's gone, I also said, at first, I come to buy diamonds. He went, "You don't buy them from me." I said, "The owner of the mine's expecting me." So that's who I've come to see. So I knew straight away, as soon as I said that, they couldn't kill me, because for all they know, I could have been related to the owner. So they took me for like a couple of hours, speaking to them. And then the owner's come. He didn't know me, he's just looking at me, saying, "I didn't tell you to come." I went, "No, they've got it wrong." I said, "I've come directly to see you. I said, to buy diamonds from you. I've come halfway across the world." Blah, blah, blah. He's going, "Where's your military station?" "Military? I haven't got no military. You must have an army station nearby." "Why would I have an army?"
And you're carrying money? Lump sums of money?
Yeah. I said, "Why would I have an army with me?" He's like, "Well, people don't just come here by themselves with money." I said, "Well, I have." I said, "I've come to see you because I've got a vision of what I need to achieve." I said, "And the way I'm going to do it is by dealing directly with diamond mines. Everything I've saying is all logged online on my social media accounts."
Yeah. And I'll leave links, all the social media accounts.
Yeah,
you'll find links in the description.
See me at the diamond mines and everything else. So what happens? He said to me, "For your courage, I can't kill you." They were his exact words. I'll never forget that. He went, "For your courage, I can't kill you." He said, "But you can't buy diamonds today." He said, "But I'm going to give you safe passage back to the capital, Freetown." So he got me an armed convoy back that night, and then I got back in the hotel, and then 3 days later he's come down and spoke to him, and then I've gone back to his diamond mines the following week.
And at that point, what's your first investment? How much money do you have to give them in order to
So I took, well, this is the thing, I could have went there 10,000 and it would have been a mediocre fucking sum. So I went there about £420,000 British pound. This way we've gone there the second time. We've gone there with a bag full of money. Someone tried to rob us in the jungle as we were cutting through, because it's 2 hours into the jungle. This is also documented online. Tried to rob us in the jungle. Obviously it didn't end up well for them. 2 guys it was, but I was with 2 of my friends at the time, Mustafa and James. They're from Sierra Leone. We go in there, we do the deal, we buy the diamonds, and then from then on it was just buying more diamonds, selling them, and then buying more.
Right. Now a £420 investment,
Yeah.
£1,000. What kind of return do you get on an investment like that?
So by the time you can be greedy. Here's the thing: when I sell to buyers, I always sell it on the basis that they can make a profit.
And buy more in the future, right?
Yeah, of course. Because if they don't make a profit, they're not going to bring me again. So with that first one, I sold the diamonds cheap compared to what they were. So I think I got like 700,000 back on it.
Yeah.
Right, but I could have got a million, but I didn't. I got 700,000 back. So like what, just under £300,000 profit.
Yes.
So with that, by the time you pay for expenses, people's wages, travel, stuff like that, you probably ended up with probably £200,000 profit. Straight away, just reinvested that back into it and just continued doing that.
Right.
And now I'm doing better now than I was selling drugs.
Yes. But you're getting in just as much trouble.
Well, the thing is, technically I'm not, because I've been out of prison in the UK for a year. But the problem is this: my whole thing is that I could just be going into Sierra Leone, getting my diamonds and leaving. Instead, I call out corrupt charities. I help the people in the slums. I do so much more in that country. So when you're calling out corrupt charities, things happen, like the way I was poisoned. I was drinking a coffee in Sierra Leone after exposed Save the Children, that corrupt charity in Sierra Leone. Went to a cafe the next day. I drank a coffee with my friend and I was poisoned. I was in hospital for near enough a week.
So you're targeted,
yeah,
for speaking out.
Speaking out, and that's what happens in Sierra Leone and across.
But a smart businessman would say just stick to the buying and selling and leave everything else for somebody else. But
exactly, but you've got to understand that this is more than business. Like for me, when you've got this is more, if it's just about business, then I'd just be sticking to the diamonds. As a lot of me buyers say to me, can't you just stick to the diamonds instead of calling out charities?
Yes.
And it's been a little bit detrimental in the sense of losing good customers, but because I've been jailed and everything else as a consequence of this, I was put in prison on false charges of espionage because the charities have paid for the military to arrest me when we protested outside Save the Children, which was also I was jailed for. But the thing is, when I'm not here, if it's just about public praise, then I'll just be installing water wells in different areas and getting public praise for them. But I want to change the future generations, not just this generation. I can put 100 water wells in, but it's only going to change the future for this generation. I want 3 or 4 generations to come to have their futures changed, and the only way that's going to happen is by targeting the root cause, which is corrupt charities, and standing up to them and going, "Yous are corrupt."
well, let's explain. You said Save the Children. You're saying they're corrupt. What basis? What grounds?
So I've got a number of things. I'll give you. We'll move on to water aid after this, but let's just go on to Save the Children.
Yes.
On my TikTok, there's a secret recording where I've gone in to Save the Children. I've said, why is it that 20 meters away, you called Save the Children, but 20 meters away you've got street kids living on the streets who are starving and getting beaten and terrorized 20 meters away. Street kids are not our priority. That's what they told me. The recordings on there said, well, what's your priority? He said climate change. So I said, well, the British public and the US public are not donating millions of pounds to you for climate change. They're donating it so you can help these street kids and other kids that need it. So
when you gather that, yeah, go ahead, sorry.
So yes, so then what they done, then I started looking at the finances and the projects that they said they had done. They hadn't completed any of these projects, but they'd said they had. They inflated prices on how much certain things had cost. So when I exposed all this online, and then we done a protest, That's what happened, yeah.
So you go online, where do you go? What do? You upload just to your social media?
Yeah, so I upload to my mainly my TikTok account, Sam Walker TPR.
Yes.
But what we'd do, I'd upload these recordings and just expose them. And then there was uproar. They were going to the police station saying, this man's trying to ruin us, saying to me, saying why you're targeting us, there's other charities. I'm saying targeting you because you're corrupt. Then there was threats on your life.
And then you went to jail.
And then I went to jail
Right.
originally for protesting with 21 of the street kids who were starving. We all protested outside Save the Children. The Sierra Leone police got them all homes when we were all arrested. They got them all these kids home. So the police in Sierra Leone done more for these kids than the charities did. After that, I got released from Pademba prison. And then as I'm walking down the road, straight away, 4 military pulled up next to me, arrested me for espionage, said I was a spy, put me straight back in Pademba prison, filthy conditions, and it was the First Lady Fatima Bio who contacted the Attorney General and said, why is Sam Walker in prison? What evidence have you got on him? The Attorney General asked the police that question. The police said well, there's no evidence. So straight away they had to release me. Otherwise I'd still be rotting in jail.
Right. So the big question is, are you a spy?
If I was a fucking spy, here's the mad thing about it. I said this to the police. I mean, you know I'm not a fucking spy. Last week I had a big fucking tannoy stood outside the Save the Children shouting you're corrupt on an illegal protest. Yes. If I was a spy, must be the fucking worst spy going.
Well, I often get in the comment section that I'm FBI or CIA or a spy. So I'm going in these dangerous neighborhoods, I'm filming what I see, I'm uploading to YouTube. What kind of spy would I be?
But this is the problem you got, because when you have these numpties in the comment section, because that's what we call them, numpties, well I call them, with the conspiracy theories, when they've got no basis for it, but this is what they do, because they've got nothing better.
Yeah, they have nothing better to do,
so
right?
they'll sit there with the stupid conspiracy theories, which couldn't be further from the truth. And especially to say you're an FBI spy when you're someone that's getting out there and showing the reality of different situations, which you are, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what happened with it, you can't really see on this.
So it says, what was the title?
So, Sam Walker stabbed someone. You can't, wait there, let's just fast forward it. Yeah, but he covers the thing up. Yeah, this in Sierra Leone, yeah?
Yeah, let me see the, okay.
So what happened, let's fast forward it. You can't really see much of it, it's dark. Someone covered it, but I'm waiting to get the original video because it's on my other phone.
So what happened?
So what happened, send me the link to my Telegram please bro, because it's on the police have got me on the phone with the link. So what happened, I'm in Sierra Leone and there's a lot of things I do off camera which is obviously to do with like helping people. Now I had $18,000 which was meant for a kid's cancer treatment and other treatments for a couple of other kids. This man had pretended to be a doctor. He's proper scammed me, rented a room in the hospital and everything to put himself as a doctor. I believed he was. Handed him $18,000. Contacted him 3 days later, there was no answer. Went to hospital, the hospital said, oh, you just rented a room. So, tracked him down to the border of Liberia. The video's there, I thought I'm gonna fucking, because I put a picture of him up on my social media, said, does anyone know this man? And people were saying to me, found out what told me who he was, I said he just robbed 18,000, so I thought, I can't allow this man to get away with what he's done publicly. Because I've got a business to run in Sierra Leone. Foreigners don't come to Sierra Leone and start dealing with diamonds, getting diamonds directly from the source, cutting out all the middlemen and going directly to England, Antwerp, Europe, wherever it is, Dubai, and start selling diamonds directly from the source. That doesn't happen. So if I was to allow this man to get away with what he had done, then my business would mean shit. I would lose everything. So I've tracked him down, got his location, the border of Liberia, gone to his house. His wife was in, he wasn't in. We got like 16,400 back. And then I waited for him to come home.
But when you say you got it back, let me bring it back. How did you get that money back?
We just sailed his front door.
Yeah.
He wasn't in, his wife was.
Yeah.
She got told to get the fucking money back. So she pulled out 16,400, which her husband had hid. She knew nothing about it, she was at an innocent party. She got the money back off her, so we sat and waited for her husband to come back. He's come back, he's had a knife on him. And I'm just waiting for the, because it's on my Telegram channel, but yeah, I'm just waiting for it now. But anyway, you just seen a part of the video there. So what happens with it? I get the, he comes back, he pulls a knife on me. This is what was said in the police station, because it was the truth, by the way. So I've naturally pulled my thing out. He's been stabbed about 14 times. Now the police, I said to the police, self-defense. This man's body was found with a knife next to him. 3 witnesses, me and my 2 friends, have come as witnesses and said, look, this man pulled a knife out on me when I asked for his money back. I defended myself. So the police said, well, the man's run away and you're chasing after him. I said, but you need to understand, I'm in a third world country. I've come to get my money. He's stolen it from me. I just want to defuse the threat. So it was all put down as self-defense. Everything was put down as self-defense, and I got my money back. But from that moment on, that went viral in Sierra Leone.
But what happened to the man?
He's dead.
Oh, he died. Okay.
He's dead. But you've got to understand, I hold no remorse for that individual, because I don't look at him as human. Because you've got to understand, he robbed the money was meant for a 9-year-old girl's cancer treatment. Right. Now, if I would have just been a normal foreigner, I would have just went home moaning about it, and he would have spent that money knowing a little kid was dying. So the fact that he's no longer here, someone like that,
you don't lose any sleep over that. But even the thought that he might be doing that for his own children, his own family.
The difference is, there's a massive difference. You don't steal money what's meant for a child's cancer treatment. Right. No matter what.
So he knew what the money was.
He pretended to be a doctor,
right,
and he knew what it was for.
Right.
And for me, that is the very essence of evil.
I agree. There's no worse criminal.
And that's why I don't hold any sort of remorse. People say, oh, Sam Walker's a murderer. People in Sierra Leone have said he's killed multiple people. I haven't killed multiple people. I've had multiple threats against my life, which have been neutralised because of the situation that I'm in. Yeah. I can't go to that country and assert my dominance in the sense of the diamond mining, gold mining, by just being quiet, because you're just going to get robbed, you're going to get killed. But as long as they know that you're just as game as any one of them, I walk into rebel mines knowing full well that we are no different. I'm capable, and so are the people around me who are former child soldiers who are now grown men, of being exactly the same ruthlessness as any one of them. But at the same time, we're also as polite as the nicest person you can possibly be, because that's who you've got to be. But at the same time, if you want to hold onto your mining and your business, you need to assert your dominance in the best way that you possibly can.
Yeah, for sure. Or you're going to be taken advantage of very quickly as well.
And that's what happens, especially when you're a foreigner. But I'm mixed race, but they see me as a white man. Mm-hmm. My granddad's from Sierra Leone, but they still see me as a white man, which means that you're an automatic target. Do you know what I mean? So unless there was a guy called Mr. Kamari, when I started exposing how businessmen were stealing hundreds of millions of donated public funds. He said, tell Sam Walker to leave Sierra Leone, or he's not going to leave Sierra Leone this week, or he's not leaving at all. I laughed at it, and my friends who are former child soldiers during the civil war in Sierra Leone, which ended in 2002, they were kids, 9-10 years old, when they were forced by the rebels during the rebel army to become child soldiers. They were eating gunpowder, they were put guns in their hands to go and commit massacres. Right. That's what it's common knowledge that civil war what ended. These are now grown men with no rehabilitation, but these are my very, very close friends. I live in a compound with them. We all live together. We've got business together. This is our business. So when they follow the vision that I have, there's six of us now, but they all see the same vision that I have for Sierra Leone, for the people in poverty. And the only way to achieve that is by having this company which can finance, and the movement, the TPR movement, the People's Revolution, which is what my movement is in Sierra Leone, which exposes corrupt charities and helps those in the slums and in poverty. But the only way to moving forwards, that this is going to progress and we're going to be able to leave a legacy, because that's what I want to leave by the time I leave this planet. I want to leave a legacy in Sierra Leone,
A positive
legacy.
Yes.
For the people in the slums. This is why I'm calling out charities. This is why I'm not in fear of when people, even my own friends in Sierra Leone, said, look, these charities are going to kill you. You need to. We're going to back you either way, whatever you want to do. But these charities are going to come at you hard very soon.
Who would have thought the charities of the world are the ones that you're going to fear the most?
This is what I'm saying to you. And look, I don't fear anyone. Like, I don't fear death. And the mad thing is, people say to me in Sierra Leone, look, your life's in danger. Even my friends say it. But when you hold no fear of death, it's the most liberating thing you can ever have, because what happens is you can do what you want and say what you want without holding any fear or concept of fear. You go to prison, you ride the wave. If you're attacked or poisoned like I've been, you ride the wave. But I don't believe it's my time to go at any time soon.
Right.
Maybe in 5 or 6 years. My vision tells me that potentially it's going to come.
No, I think we need at least another 30-40 years until your movie is ready.
This is the thing, but I do believe at some point the charity, 100%, look, charities are very powerful organisations and they kill people who speak out about them. It's common knowledge in Africa. Anyone that does it, they come for you hard to try and silence you. So I know I'm not delusional to believe that I'm going to be okay all the time, because at some point there will be a time when I get caught slipping, but it's not going to be anytime soon, 100%. But
and this is all current. Like right now we're in Ireland, but you're going to be back in Africa how soon?
This is happening right now. So Sierra Leone, I'll be back in Sierra Leone next week.
Okay.
Back in there, calling the charities out. I've been jailed in there, even going into Pademba prison. That was the only white man in there. Google it, Pademba prison, Sierra Leone. You will see how bad the conditions are. 52 people in a cell. I walk in there, and I was okay in there. I was sweet. The people were sound, good people. Filthy conditions. But the thing is, I'm willing to endure them conditions if it means exposing corrupt charities, and obviously it has an effect on my business. But I don't believe that it doesn't have that much of an effect that it puts me out of business. So I'm okay. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
And I'm making large amounts of money off it, which allows me to finance what I do, which is water wells and stuff like that in the slums.
Yes.
Which is what that's my passion. That's what I love to do. But as I said, even though that's my passion, giving water wells in the slums and helping those in the poor, it's not. That's my passion. But exposing charities is justice, because I'm able to give these people in the slums a voice with my platform. Do you know what I mean? And that's it. But then obviously there'll be other times when they're going to put me in jail and everything else. But you've got to be willing to sacrifice, as I said to you the other day.
Yes.
If you allow yourself to become a temporary sacrificed official lamb, then.
So you'd say you've changed. You know, I have a very quick segment of you in my first video, and there are definitely comments saying he's just a criminal.
Yeah, and this is the thing. I'm not rehabilitated. Like people say he's just a criminal. Yeah, I'm a criminal. I don't have any fucking regrets. Those people who want to say Sam Walker's just a criminal. Yeah, and I love committing crime. Absolutely loved it. Guys, I've got no regrets at all about that. But at the same time, those people who are saying Sam Walker's just a criminal, how many of them have gone and saved 25,000 people in the slums, give them fresh, clean water? How many of them have given 32 kids their operations for cataracts so they can see again? Guarantee not one of them have. So when they say I'm just a criminal, I might be just a criminal, but I'm a criminal that's done more things than they will ever do in their lifetime to help people.
Right.
That's the big difference.
So help me out. What type of title should we have on today's video? What's the title that's going to draw the people in to learn more about Mr. Sam Walker?
That's a good question, isn't it?
You know what people don't realize that watch my videos? To film a video might take an hour, 2 hours, 4 hours. To edit a video similar, but to come up with the title actually takes me at least a couple hours.
Yeah, that's a good question. That is, yeah, 'cause you always need to find a catchy title, don't you? So it's,
Yeah. Well, have you done many interviews in the past?
That is the first one I've done for like full interview.
Yes.
Like a lot of good podcasts, like the likes of James English, have asked me to go on the podcast, which I will do at some point. But we've just not had the right opportunity to. But
sorry, James English. Chris Muslis got it first.
But the likes of you,
Yes.
like you come here, we do the same sort of thing.
Yes.
Albeit your stuff's like you've been in more madder situations. I've looked at your page. The situations you've been in has just been absolutely crazy.
It's incredible for me.
No, it is, and to be honest with you, that's my dream.
Yes.
So like some of the situations you've been in is what I want to do. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, so when I see the situations you've been in, I think like Afghanistan, for example, when we speak about that, things like that. That's what I'm looking to start doing. But it's as I said, and the fact that I respect it because of the things you do. It's
and we ran into each other just on the street, unplanned, unplotted.
We did.
It just happened. I see a lot of similarities.
Yeah.
Minus the selling drugs or diamonds from a travel aspect. Even when you said that, my quote is to give a voice to the voiceless. And we both have a passion for travel and Africa.
Yeah.
That was amazing to meet.
Yeah, and that's the thing, like even right down to like just like the rebellion of when you see an injustice and you're not scared. Like for example, you got jailed for speaking the truth. I've been jailed for speaking the truth, and that's the thing in life. You should never fear being imprisoned for speaking the truth.
I agree. You know, when I got out of jail, my embassy came and spoke to me, Canadian embassy, and said, Chris, you're out on bail. You're not allowed to leave the country. Stay at your surety's house. Don't talk to the press. Put your camera down and stay quiet.
Is that what you said to you?
Anything that you say will be used against you. And the next day I'm out with a camera. I'm talking to every reporter I can, because I feel the injustice. I can't be shut up. They can't shut me up.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the reasons in Trinidad I've gained the respect of the people, because I have a voice right now, and I'm not afraid to use it. Jail, you know, emotionally it affects me a little bit, but not really. I know I'll get out. So yeah, we went through a lot of the similarities.
Exactly, and when you said there about the not being afraid to speak the truth, that's what, especially in like countries where the people are oppressed in Africa, a lot of them are scared to speak the truth themselves.
Of course, but you can see why.
Yeah, of course. So then when they see a foreigner like myself or you go into their country and then fucking speak what they think, they don't speak it, but when they see the likes of us doing that, they think, do you know what? And that's why they respect it.
Yes.
That's why I can literally walk into any slum in Sierra Leone with my head held high, fully safe, and know that I'm okay at any time.
You've gained that respect. It wasn't given to you.
No, it wasn't. And it's the thing, you've got to gain the respect of the people. And that is why the people in poverty know. I don't give a fuck about the rich or the fucking all these people that are like wanting to kiss each other's asses to get into government or like whatever they're doing. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit about them. My priority is the slums and the people in poverty, because they're the ones who my social media is for. They're the ones that I can give a voice to. They're the ones that my movement at TV.
But they need you. Not everyone's going to understand this, but when you're on the ground and you're doing it, those are the people that need you. You know that. I know that.
Of course, yeah.
The whole audience won't understand. Not everyone will understand.
You hear these people saying, why don't you go and look after your own people?
I hear it all the time.
Well, sorry, who the fuck are my own people?
Yes.
Who am I? Because my own people, the people who was there when I was in jail, they're not my people because they weren't there. My people are wherever I choose to be, whatever country I choose to be in, they're my people at that present time. It doesn't matter where someone is in the world, as long as you're doing something to help them. Do you know what I mean? Or you're doing whatever you want, what makes you happy, and you're not causing any harm, then your people are the ones within that moment.
100%.
Do you know what I mean?
I've had this conversation with a friend. His name's Big Apple. He said, Chris, when you go to Trinidad, I bet you there's 100 people that want to pick you up at the airport, bring you to dinner. How many people in Toronto, Canada would do the same?
Exactly.
And the truth is, I find I have more support and more people in a country like Trinidad that's not even my own, or Jamaica or Belize or anywhere in the Caribbean.
Exactly. And you have these people who say, oh, you should look after your own. Well, like it's one of my most annoying comments, because these people who are saying these sort of comments are probably not even fucking never done a thing in their life.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, but as I said, I just want to choose to try and do good now, to be a good positive role model.
So you don't care what people say? Under this video, 100% there's going to be a batch of negative comments like, why are you giving this man the opportunity to talk? How do those comments affect you at all?
No, look, their opinions mean less than the shit that comes out of my stray dog's bum what's in Africa. It makes me nothing. Like they can give their opinions, because the only opinions that I care about are the good opinions, because the people who support me, and the ones who think, you know what, yeah, he might have done bad, but he's done fucking a lot of good as well, so it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just choose now to try and be a good role model to my son. My diamond business is legit. It allows me to fund what I'm doing in the slums and also live a good life. So yeah, I'm just, for me, it's like, people's opinions mean fuck all. Like the negative ones, they're pathetic, because they're the ones who are probably sat there in the box room fucking depressed of life, so they decide to go in the comments and write a little negative. So a message to you little negative fucking Nellies: your opinions mean absolutely like the shit out of a dog's ass. So you can write whatever shitty comment you want, because it does not affect my life. I will still continue to help those in poverty.
So you mean at the hotel tonight, you're not crying, you're not upset?
Exactly. I will still continue to make money and get good looking girls.
Yes.
And be a good role model.
That's what gangsters do, right?
This is what I'm saying to you. But that's the thing. So you've got to understand this. Your opinions mean nothing.
Yes.
If it's a good opinion, respect to every single one of you, because I appreciate you all. If you're writing good comments, I do genuinely respect a lot of you. But you have the negative Nellies. They can go and fucking get back in the little box, can't they?
I feel exactly the same way about the folks that are negative in my comment section. I respect everyone's opinion, but if you're coming with some negativity, keep that shit to yourself. It's been a great pleasure. We've walked and talked for probably an hour. This is going to be a raw, uncut interview, possibly the first, hopefully not the last. I think a movie is going to be made of your life and career, your adventures around the world. It's been a great pleasure. Any final words that you want to say to the world?
Any kids out there, let me just tell you this on a serious note. Any little kids out there, youngsters, teenagers, whatever you are, you need to understand that educate yourselves, because that is the most important thing in life. Doesn't matter whatever subject you want to do in business, learn everything you can about it, because there's one thing you can, as I said, you can lose everything in life, but the only thing you can't lose is what you learn, and that's it. And anyone else who's at home who's depressed or stressed out, try and think positive, because everyone weathers a storm to get to the sunlight, and that's how it works in life.
That's a quote to end today's video. I appreciate anybody that stuck around this long. Hopefully you learned something. I'm going to leave links down below, both to my page and to Sam Walker's page. It's been a great pleasure, and we'll see you again in the next video. I'm trying to go 30 days, 30 videos. I'll be back tomorrow. There's a protest, immigration protest here in Dublin. So buenos dias. Good night.